Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the match on WWE 2K25. This one is a fatal four-way elimination match. Jordynne Grace, Stephanie Vaquer, AJ Lee, and Lyra Valkyria. So all four of these ladies will be desperate for these points. They're all in very differing positions in the ranking system. We've got a couple in the minuses, a couple in the pluses, but none of them are really sort of at the top of the game. None of them are really in the title pictures, and this is the opportunities they need to take to force our hands at getting those opportunities. So first of all, then, we have got Stephanie Vaquer, who has done okay this year. Not fantastic, but she is a +3 so far in the ranking system for this year, which is +3 overall. So she currently sits 27th in the rankings. I mean, if she was to get up to a +9, she'd be up into the top 10, so it's not a million miles away. And of course, remember, there are 4 points up for grabs in this one. It is a fatal four-way elimination match. So I'm not saying she's going to get all 4 eliminations, but it is possible. We have seen it, although it is unlikely. Next up, then, we have got AJ Lee, who is in a tough position. She's -2 after 8 matches, and that's only because she won a triple threat yesterday. I mean, before yesterday, she was on -4 and looking pretty damn... Well, it's -5, wasn't it? And looking pretty damn terrible. She's managed to elevate herself up to 359th position, but again, she could really do with 2 or 3 points here today to take her out on the minuses and potentially into the positives. She's still not going to be anywhere near the title picture, but at least she's moving in the right direction. And somebody else who is also very similar in the rankings on -2, we have got Jordynne Grace, 336th possession, -2 after 10 matches, -2 solely for this year. So she does need to elevate herself. Lost both matches she's had this year. Then again, they were both multiple-person matches. Obviously, it's very difficult to win them, just like it's very difficult to win this one, but you've got to do it. I set them up, and it's you who've got to knock them down. And finally, then, we have got Lyra Valkyria, somebody we haven't actually used a ton of. She's only ever had 1 match in the past, ever. But she's on +4 from that match because it was a fatal four-way elimination. She got all 3 of the eliminations as well as the victory. So, yeah, only after 1 match she's doing pretty damn well, but she needs to build upon that. Show that she's not just a one-match wonder. I mean, with that +4, if she did that again today, she'd be up into the top 15, and all of a sudden we'd have to start to consider her in some of those questions. Right then, we get underway. Fatal four-way elimination. So rules are no countouts, no disqualifications. Pinfalls and submissions count anywhere. And of course, it's +1 ranking point for every elimination you cause. A bonus point for the winner. And it's -1 when you are eliminated. Stephanie Vaquer now taking Jordynne Grace up in with a scoop slam. AJ Lee starting to work over Lyra Valkyria on the other side of the ring. So yeah, it's an interesting one, this. I mean, all 4 of these ladies possibly could come out of this one on top. They all have the ability to do so. I would potentially say that I'm leaning more towards AJ Lee or Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, both Jordynne Grace and Lyra Valkyria both got incredible ability and are quite possible contenders to win this match, but for me, I feel like Vaquer and AJ Lee would be the favourites. But the way the game works, who bloody knows? Who freaking knows? Valkyria now with a knee strike right into the face. There is the stunner. And we now see... I mean, I was discussing whether we change the rules on these to remove the false count anyway, because at the moment the referees are running around and it's just causing a hell of a lot of trouble to the referees, and they're not getting the pins like they should do. However, I feel like if people hit their manoeuvres on the outside and the referee doesn't go, I mean, at least there's a chance. Because they'd still hit their finish on the outside, they can't get the pin, and all of a sudden they're just wasted. So I'm unsure. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. AJ Lee brings Lyra back up to her feet. There's a spinning kick into the gut, and then a Shining Wizard by AJ Lee. Stephanie Vaquer with the early pin on the outside against Jordynne Grace, only a 2 count. AJ Lee now locking in the octopus stretch, the Black Widow inside the ring. AJ Lee running through Lyra with the running forearm. And a drop kick right into their head. Absolutely brutal. AJ Lee now heading up to the top as... Nice, almost like a Steiner screwdriver. It wasn't quite a Steiner screwdriver, more a safer version maybe there, Jordynne Grace. Almost like a Falcon arrow instead. Not even enough to get the 1 count though, as AJ Lee still dominating Lyra Valkyria inside the ring. AJ Lee chopping away at the back of the knee of Lyra. There's a strike across the face and a big stiff clothesline. Jordynne Grace with the knees into the head of Stephanie Vaquer as well. Running cross body. AJ Lee now taking Valkyria up. Valkyria slides out the back, chops away at the back of the knee. Springboard, attempted frog splash, completely missed, and AJ Lee now comes up and takes down Jordynne Grace. Grace didn't see that one coming, it was from behind her. Grace now dumping AJ Lee to the outside. Brings Lyra Valkyria back up to a standing base. Can Grace take her up on the shoulders? In with that rolling Death Valley driver, stacks her up for the pin. Will this be the first elimination of the match? No, it's only a 2 count still. AJ Lee slamming the face of Stephanie Vaquer into the mat before locking in the Black Widow, this time on Jordynne Grace. Grace able to fight free. Grace is big. It's difficult to lock that in, especially, remember, Grace is married to Jonathan Gresham, who also utilises that move, so I'm assuming she probably knows it quite well from training with him. Shining Wizard there by AJ Lee, taking down Lyra Valkyria. Doesn't go for the pin though, which is mad, because it sort of feels like they should have done. Stephanie Vaquer now, yep, turn it into a backbreaker, why not? Why not ruin everything? We all want to see the package power drive, but nope, you spin it into the backbreaker. It's only a 2 count. Jordynne Grace takes down Lyra Valkyria once again. And no, that's still a 2 as well. That was freaking close, that was. And we're getting to that point now, though. We're hitting some big maneuvers on each other. We're getting to that point where we must be looking towards our first elimination. Nice dragon screw out the corner there by Stephanie Vaquer on AJ Lee. There's the pin for the 1, the 2. Ooh, only a 2 count. It's getting closer and closer though. Stephanie Vaquer over the top. Went for the dive, landed face first on the Janice. Nails and all. And look at Janice straight across the face. Jordynne Grace for the elbow, and now Valkyria taking Jordynne Grace up on the shoulders, spins her and takes her down, hooks the legs. There's the pin. And no, still not the first elimination. Valkyria now rolling through Stephanie Vaquer. Valkyria now with a pin on Stephanie Vaquer. And now the boot, the strike into the gut, and then the axe kick over the back of the head of AJ Lee. Up onto the shoulders. In with a flapjack. Oh, look at that. Janice right to the ankles of Jordynne Grace, who just clattered to the ground. Stephanie Vaquer now once again. In with the package backbreaker. AJ Lee now the pin on Jordynne Grace. And there is the first elimination as Jordynne Grace gone at the hands of AJ Lee. So AJ Lee, she's going to come out of this one on a positive at least. Or not positive. She's not going to come out of a negative, should we say. She's gained a point already, moves up to a -1. I think Stephanie Vaquer just also eliminated Lyra Valkyria. Okay, let me get this right. So, Vaquer gets the point. Okay. Jordynne Grace moves down to a -3 after 11. Lyra moves down to a +3 after 2. Okay, we're up to date. And then there were 2 in this one. The 2 that I said would be the favourites to win this match as well. Look, I'm not just some sort of idiot. I know what I'm talking about. I can prove it. Stephanie Vaquer missed the running drop kick. Sending AJ Lee crashing towards the ring steps. And Vaquer now bringing AJ Lee up, slamming the back of their head first into the mat. Vaquer now in with the eat defeat. The boot right in the face of AJ Lee. That could be enough of Vaquer. There's the 1. There's the 2. Only a 2 count still. I mean, this really could go either way now, to be honest. And I'm happy whichever way this goes because it benefits us massively. I think Stephanie Vaquer should be a lot higher up in the ranking system. She should be fighting for the championships. AJ Lee should not be in the minuses. But because AJ Lee does have an elimination today, like I said, she can't come out of this on a negative because she's already gained +1. If she loses, she'll lose 1. So she'll come into this. She'll leave this match as she came into it. But if she wins, she'll gain an extra 2 points, which will drag her from where she started on -1 up to where she started on -2, sorry, up to a +1, which will be a massive increase and put her up into the top 100 all of a sudden. Whereas Stephanie Vaquer, if she was to get this victory, she would move up to a +6, which would move her up into the top 20. So yeah, it's beneficial for both these ladies. It's a much bigger benefit for AJ Lee, don't get me wrong. But it's not like it's the last chance these two are going to get. They're both going to get a lot more matches in the future. They're both going to be on the game, I would imagine, for the next few years. Stephanie Vaquer now with the forearms, a strike into the gut of AJ Lee. AJ looking for the spinning heel kick. Vaquer sending it. Nope. Which is crashing towards the ring post. Completely missed it. Stephanie Vaquer now wrenching back at the arm. But look at this. AJ Lee reverses it, twisting the head of Stephanie, taking her down. And now Vaquer up with that sidewinder backbreaker once again. There's the 1, there's the 2, there's the 3, and it is Stephanie Vaquer who picks up the victory. Which now moves her up then to a +6. So she's going to jump up to 19th position on +6, joint with both Jessica Havoc and Awesome Kong. She's only 4 points now then away from the top 5. So there's a big opportunity for Stephanie Vaquer. I think, do we still have another match planned in? No, not for any of these ladies. We've got another women's match planned in for tomorrow. That'll be Fabi Apache, Sol Ruka, Natalia and Roxanne Perez. And then at the pay-per-view, we've just got Io Sky versus Asuka for the Women's Championship, which we've already put into place. Right then, there we go. Big victory for Stephanie Vaquer. Let me just make sure I update it with AJ Lee. So AJ comes into this match the same as she leaves it. She started on -2. She gained 1 elimination. She was eliminated herself, so she gains a point, loses a point. So she's still +1 for the year, which still puts her on -2 overall. So she's still got a lot of work to do, but I'm sure she'll get opportunities moving forward. And that was the 2 quick eliminations there. Stephanie Vaquer eliminating Lyra Valkyria, AJ Lee eliminating Jordynne Grace in very, very short time frames. There was the pin by Stephanie Vaquer. After the attack on AJ Lee, AJ was able to kick out, and then this was what finished it off in the end. The package into the backbreaker. I don't like the move. I need to change it. I really do need to change it. But there we go. It was enough for the victory. I want to change it for the package pile driver. I don't know if she's ever used a package pile driver. I did see something the other day. Someone was talking about changing her moveset to make it more up to date. I might have to have a look at that. But there we go then. Stephanie Vaquer is your victor of this one and continues her ascent up the ranking system now with a +6 solely from this year. Good on her.